So another thing you talk about is emotion words. So what are those and then how can they be used?
Emotion words are so important, and that is just a matter of teaching the words of what we feel. So things like happy, sad, mad, frustrated, angry, scared, frightened, all of these types of words are words that we can be using from the time our children are very young so that they're familiar with these. And in the beginning, when they are young, young toddlers and young children, we may have to label it and say, oh my goodness, it looks like you're really frustrated right now, and just really label that. Or we can model it ourselves, and we're trying to open a spaghetti can in the kitchen and we can't do it, and say, oh, I'm so frustrated, I can't get this. And allow them to see that all of these emotions are completely normal and completely okay. And we all feel that way. But what do we do to calm ourselves, and what does our body look like when we do feel this way? And that's what's really important, is we want to teach and model and use those words so they're used to them and they see what those words mean. But we also want to say, what can we do to calm ourselves when this happens? And it's really important that we talk about this for sure at all parts of the day, but it's also important that we address this when emotions are low. Because when our emotions are high and our kids are frustrated, or, my brother took my toy and I'm really, really mad, of course, that's a time where we can label the emotion and we can maybe model some of the calming strategies. But our logical brain and our emotional brains, they don't really work at the exact same time most of the time. So if our kids are at a real heightened level emotionally and they're really upset, logically understanding, okay, this is what happened, this is how I calm myself, it may not be the easiest thing to do in the world. So practicing that and talking about that when they're calm, that's what's going to help them the next time to be able to really kind of use those skills that they learned in the actual moment to calm themselves.
What are some other examples of some different like calming strategies that it's, appropriate to like teach our children during those times?
Really depends on the age of the child. So we'll, look at, see, what are they fully cognitively understanding and what can they do physically? And that's when we'll decide. But things as simple as squeezing our hands really tight. And we can model that and just say, okay, oh, I'm so frustrated. Let's squeeze our hands and let's count to 5. Or for an older kid, let's squeeze our hands and count to 15. You pick what would work for them academically in the moment as well and cognitively. But it could be things like taking a deep breath and blowing out. Okay, that is really going to help calm their bodies. There's different things like clapping, which can just be a rhythmic way of calming themselves, just like a real soft clap that they can do. They can squeeze a sensory ball, they can squeeze a pillow, they can run back and forth in the room really, really, really fast as a way to just kind of get that anger and energy out in the moment as well. But appropriate ways like that can be helpful in calming them.